Hey McGinn, welcome back to our final read aloud of this week. It's Friday. Wishing you guys a great weekend. We have a nice little surprise here, and actually it was a surprise for me this morning when I woke up and checked my email and saw that I had a message from Mrs. Falcone. Now, a lot of you will know Mrs. Falcone as Nate's mom in 4th grade. A lot of you know Mrs. Falcone as the person who keeps me sane on Monday mornings by checking in books, checking out books, and helping out, volunteering in the library. And a lot of you will know Mrs. Falcone as the head of the Fearless Dragons Writing Club, which takes place at various times during the year. Mrs. Falcone works with students of a variety of ages, helping them work on their writing skills, their creativity, and she just does an amazing job. And she's such a benefit and a huge asset to our community. And I'm going to miss her big time as Nate moves on to middle school. But the cool thing is, before that happened, she shared with me this morning a story that was written by one of her Fearless Dragons, Olivia Assuncao, who is in 4th grade. And the cool thing is that Mrs. Falcone sent this to David Ezra Stein, who is the author of Interrupting Chicken, which we read yesterday. And the idea was Olivia took a knock-knock joke, which has appeared in David Ezra Stein's writing, and she turned it into a full story. My mouth hit the floor this morning when I read what Olivia wrote, because it was just amazingly talented. It just showed how amazingly talented she is as a writer. It shows what McGinn can produce, and just how the sky is the limit for you guys when you put your mind to something and you let your talent shine. So I want to read Olivia's story. It is called Lettuce In. Lettuce as in L-E-T-T-U-C-E, the vegetable. Have you ever heard that knock-knock joke with the lettuce? If not, here it goes. Knock, knock. Who's there? Lettuce. Lettuce who? Lettuce in. Well, this is the story of the lettuce's revenge. This is it, Jimmy Green thought as he slipped on his black mask and hat. Those carrots will regret not letting us in, said Jimmy Green's brother Tom, with a smile so evil that Maleficent could not even pull it off. Apparently, when Jimmy was a kid, their parents went to the carrots' door and knocked. The carrots asked so many questions, so the two adults told them to let them in. The carrots, which were total softies, found their voices violent and called the cops. And thanks to them, their parents were in jail. This was their plan. Step 1, walk along the bushes for camouflage. Step 2, climb in through their broken window that Jimmy and Tom may, or may not, have thrown multiple rocks at. Step 3, again, target, hummus. Step 4, basically repeat step 1 and 2, but the opposite way. A twig snapped. Be quieter. Jimmy nodded in silence. A fight was going on inside his head as he tried to shove it in the back of his head at the moment. When the two came to the bushes behind the carrot's house, Tom ran for the window. Stop being a slow pea, Jimmy whispered loudly. Jimmy resisted for a second, but then ran right after his older brother. They swiftly hopped through the window. The carrots were asleep, but they still had to be quiet. They crept up the stairs in complete silence. There it was, in its very own personal mini fridge. Every carrot had one for their most prized possession, hummus. The fridge had an alarm system, but they were prepared for that. See, the Lettuce brothers were not the sharpest tools in the shed, so they thought that simple ranch dip would cover the sound of the blaring alarm. They were wrong. Tommy took out his jar of ranch, and just as the dip was about to roll over the lip of the jar, Jimmy let out a scream as loud as a school bell. The first sound after that was the wail of a baby carrot. Then there was the thumping of the dad carrot. Lastly, there was the sound of sirens coming down the street. Tom stared at Jimmy like a hawk at its prey. There was a crash, and the father carrot came tumbling down the stairs. When the carrot finally got to his feet, he gasped in pure amazement. Your parents, said Dad Carrot, obviously astonished. Please, we're so sorry. Don't call the carrot cops here. We wanted revenge, but we were wrong, Jimmy pleaded. Tom grunted. The father stared at Jimmy's look of sadness, then walked up the stairs. The brothers simply heard, Sorry, officer. False alarm. The boys still waited for the door to close to breathe. The next thing they heard was the dad carrot telling his wife to go back to bed. Then he came down the stairs. I'll let you off on this one, but if I see one of your leaps around here again, I'm calling the police. Lily, can you get a carrot? Sure, Mom. Why is the lettuce in the carrot bag? Olivia, if you see this, just an amazing job, and I hope you guys listen to it once or twice. An amazingly creative, well thought out story from beginning to the end, which just had a tremendous twists and turns, and it makes you laugh. It had great, let you picture the story in your head, and he just did an amazing job, and it just goes to show that what can be done when you put your mind to something. And I hope everybody enjoys it. I would like to see you guys one more time next week. We'll do 5 more read alouds, and then we're off for the summer. Enjoy the weekend again.